Okay, so get this. We're diving deep into, well, LV-426, kinda, aliens. Well, more specifically, the actress who played Newt, Carrie Henn.
Yeah, fascinating choice, right? One iconic role, and then poof, she's gone. Or is she? That's what we'll uncover.
Exactly. Like, most people probably don't even know her name, but mention Newt.
Instant recognition. Everyone remembers that little girl. Brave but scared.
And that storyline, so powerful. But let's rewind, shall we? You said you found some crazy story about how she was cast.
Oh, yeah, picture this. England, regular school cafeteria, lunchtime, and boom, casting agent walks in.
No way. Seriously, I thought that only happened in movies.
Right. But true story. See, James Cameron, the director, he was adamant about finding an unknown, someone real.
Oh, interesting. Most directors want child stars. The bigger, the better.
Not Cameron. He wanted authenticity, and boy, did he find it. This casting director, she went to tons of schools, but then
Cafeteria lady strikes again. Sorry. Had to. But seriously, what were the odds?
astronomical. But here's the clincher. It wasn't just luck. Turns out, Sigourney Weaver, Ripley herself.
Okay, I gotta interrupt. This is Aliens we're talking about. Ripley's iconic.
I know, right? Big shoes to fill. Anyway, Weaver, she was already on board for the sequel, but she was apparently super involved in finding the right Newt.
I can only imagine that dynamic, Ripley and Newt. It makes the movie.
Exactly. So, legend has it, Weaver saw Henn's audition tape and flipped. Flew to England on the Concorde, can you believe it, just to do a screen test with her.
The Concorde! Wow, talk about dedicated. That's some serious commitment. They must have clicked instantly.
Oh, totally. And it wasn't just acting, like they
No.
formed a real bond on set. Weaver even became a mentor to Henn. There's this quote from Henn years later. She says, and I quote, "She's more than just a friend. What you see on screen is genuinely how we feel about each other."
Wow. That gives me chills. Knowing that just adds so much depth. Okay, but we gotta talk about that scene. You know the one?
The underwater scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, how could we not? Still freaks me out to this day.
Right, and to think she was just a kid. How old was she, like 9?
10, actually. But yeah, most kids would be traumatized. Not Carrie Henn, apparently.
You're kidding. Was she born without a fear gene or something?
It seems that way.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Trapped underwater, those lights, the alien reaching for her, pure nightmare fuel.
Seriously. And she
Ugh.
just, what, shrugged it off?
Pretty much. There are stories about her hanging out with the actor in the alien suit between takes like it was nothing.
No way. I love those behind-the-scenes glimpses, where it's like, oh, right, it's all pretend.
Totally. And it makes Henn's experience even wilder. Imagine being that age on a massive sci-fi set and just being cool as a cucumber.
She must have been one cool cucumber. But it makes you wonder, how did that experience shape her? Did it? I mean, after all, she makes one movie, a huge blockbuster, and then kind of vanishes from Hollywood. Wild, right?
Talk about marching to the beat of your own drum. I mean, you'd think that'd be it. Launchpad to superstardom, right?
Especially back then, in the 80s, child stars were everywhere. But not our Carrie Henn. What happened? Did she ever talk about it?
Oh, yeah, she's giving interviews over the years. And get this, she's totally cool with it. Like, it was a fun experience, but acting, not her jam, she says.
Wow, talk about self-awareness. Most kids in her shoes would have been bitten by the acting bug. Hard.
Right. But Hen, she's different. Remember that story you found about her playing teacher as a kid, lining up her Cabbage Patch Kids?
Oh, yeah, it was like foreshadowing.
Totally. Turns out, teaching, that was her true calling all along.
And she actually did it. Didn't she become a teacher?
Elementary school teacher, yeah. Can you imagine? Going from battling xenomorphs on screen to shaping young minds? That's a heck of a career change.
It's kind of amazing, really. Talk about staying true to yourself. But she's still connected to the aliens world, right? Like, I've seen her pop up at conventions and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And this is where it gets really interesting. She could have easily been like, that was then, this is now, distance herself from the whole thing.
Especially with all the, what do you call them, those, where are they now, type shows. Always digging up the past.
Totally. But Hen, she's embraced it, but on her own terms. Like, she'll go to these conventions, but she's not there to cash in. She genuinely enjoys meeting the fans.
That's so cool. I bet those fans are over the moon. Meeting Newt, Carrie Henn after all these years.
It's like she understands the impact aliens had, how much it means to people, and she respects that. Pretty awesome, actually.
It really is. Okay, but you mentioned something earlier about her daughter and aliens. Now that's got to be a story. Spill the tea. What's the daughter connection to aliens? It's got to be good.
Okay, ready for this. Her daughter. Same age now as Carrie was when they filmed Aliens.
Whoa, seriously, that's like meta. Watching your mom on screen, same age as you, that's got to be surreal.
Right. Think about it. Aliens isn't just a movie for them. It's like family history,
Totally. A time capsule, but way more personal. Okay. But speaking of keeping aliens alive, didn't they almost get Hen back for a movie?
You're thinking of Alien Identity. Fan film, or at
Yeah.
least it was going to be. Big buzz for a while there.
Yeah, I remember. Wasn't it going to be Newt's story? Like all grown up?
Exactly. Hen was on board even. But then Fox, they stepped in and
Yeah.
yeah,
Copyright nightmare. Right.
yeah,
I get it, but still, bummer.
total bummer. The filmmakers, to their credit, they rolled with it. Turned the whole thing into a new project, Triborn. Original story this time.
Oh, that's cool. Turning lemons into lemonade, I like it. Though, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't still a little curious about that Alien Identity film.
Right. What could have been. But hey, the fact that fans even and now W are clamoring for more Carrie Henn, that says something.
It does. She made a mark, that's for sure.
Hmm.
So, wrapping things up here, we've gone from a cafeteria in England to the depths of space. What's the biggest takeaway from Carrie Henn's story? For you, at least.
It's that whole life is what you make it thing. But for real, she could have chased fame, fortune, but she chose her own path and rocked it.
It's refreshing, honestly. In a world obsessed with celebrities, she just did her own thing.
Exactly. Embraced the unexpected, followed her passion. That's inspiring right there.
Absolutely. So, listeners, as you're going about your day, think about this. How often do you say yes to the unexpected, even if it scares you a little?
Right. Sometimes the most amazing journeys are the ones we never saw coming.